Hi everyone. I thought I'd come on and show a little card I made this morning, and we'll make some together, one together. I just wanted to play a little bit with pigment sprinkles, which are retiring, and they're in the last chance, reduced down to $16.10 from $23. I love pigment sprinkles, in case you didn't know. And also, instead of using watercolor paper, we're going to use the last chance sparkle glimmer paper. And I did that on this one with the blue and the green pigment sprinkles, which are Bermuda Bay and Granny Apple Green. And then, so those are available now, both the pigment sprinkles and the sparkle glimmer paper, last chance while supplies last. And then I had to play with the brand new Many Medallions Dies that goes with they're in a bundle with the Many Mate stamp, and I did use that as well. I used the Just Thinking of You. And I had a little trouble with this the first time around, so I want to give you some tips on what I had to do. Now, you may not have to, and also because it depends on your machine, really. And mine is older, and I thought I'd give you some tips. And then I also, for the first card, I brought out the Memories and More card pack from the Flowers of Every Season. I just used a label on here. I was going to use some of these and decided not to, but we might on the second card. So the first thing we're going to do, now this medallion is from the Many Medallions. It's this big piece here, and I just left it whole. This is the brand new Just Jade gingham ribbon in the Flowers for Every Season ribbon combo pack. Now that and the Many Medallions are not available until June 3rd. This is the label from here, but what I did is I took my embossing buddy, which is being discontinued, so if it's still available, and I'm not sure, it would be in the last chance items. And I just powdered the back of this, and then I put dimensionals on it and popped it up. The ribbon is actually wrapped around the medallion because, see, there's like slots here. You do have to be careful because it's paper that you don't tear it, right? And then I just brought it over here, tied it, and I did stick a glue dot down. I'm not terribly happy with that bow. I might have to redo the bow. And then these little dots are the brand new 2020 to 2022 in color enamel dots in Just Jade, which go with the label, which has Just Jade on it. And I thought that brought out the green in the sparkle paper, but isn't that pretty? Sparkle, sparkle. So you can see the colors peeking through behind. And yeah, and the blue that I use for medallions is the brand new Misty Moonlight designer, not designer series paper, cardstock. That's what I'm trying to say. And then these are the other three pieces in the die set here, and they pop out really beautifully. No troubles at all with any of those. Okay, so there we have those, and you can see the white sticking through, showing through the diamonds there. So I'll put them over there with that. Okay, well, actually let me move them because we're going to make a mess. We're going to make a mess. And then I'm going to show you some tips on the medallions. And I'll show you what happened to me the first time. I was getting a little frustrated. And then I figured it out. So this time, why don't we use pink. This is my scrappy paper, so forgive me. But basically, you just need pigment sprinkles. Why don't we use pink and Mango Melody? The pink is Melon Mambo. But maybe we'll do a card. We don't have the inks for the Magenta Madness yet. But maybe we can use Melon Mambo. Is not exactly close, but we'll try it. We'll see. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how it comes out. So I'm putting a lot. You probably don't need that much, guys, but it does not, it flows, but it doesn't flow quite as much as with watercolor paper. So I'll just tell you that much. This is the Mango Melody, and I'll go a little easier on that. Maybe. I tend to get a little heavy-handed, but these go a long way, and I've had these for almost a whole year, and I still have lots left. So let me find my water. I think this is my water. Looks like it. Okay, and here we go. You ready? I'm gonna hold this up a little bit so it doesn't go back to the back of my desk. Bam! Isn't that beautiful? Whew. Too much, too much. There we go. I think I have one paper towel left. So, and I'm going to bring that in and dab up a little bit of that. Maybe, yeah, because it does pool a little bit on the Glimmer paper. And I'm just going to dab it like this. I don't want to get too many lines in it. And I want some of it to stay. Okay, there we go. Alright, I'm going to make some noise, guys. Sorry. Let's stop for a minute and see how I'm doing here. Okay, well, we have a little bit of a mess on the back, so I'll wipe that off a little bit. Pull that up. Because my fingers will be an entire mess if I keep it on that paper. So I'm going to actually dry this a little bit. Anyway, let me just get something to wipe my fingers off a little bit. And I thought I saw a piece sticking out on one end. Here it is. Which might be a dry pigment sprinkle that I don't want to get on me. So there is our beautiful sparkly card front. Isn't that gorgeous? I might have burnt that a little bit there because the mango, and there's some color that didn't pop, but that's another option for your pigment sprinkles, guys. So let me show you what happened to me the first time I did my Many Medallions. I was getting a little frustrated, and let me show you what I used. I have a big kit, first of all, but I had some platforms from Stampin' Up. I had the magnetic platform, which I love. So I was using that and a cutting plate, and I have a top plate, right? And this plate is a little bit thicker than the normal plate, but I ran this thing through about 8 times, and I still could not get the center to come out. I was getting ready to call Demonstrator support and say this thing doesn't work. But then, sorry about my phone, I thought, well, let me try the other plates that I have. So I have this Big Shot platform, which is a little thinner, not much, than the magnetic plate. But then I have this pretty well beat up thin die adapter, and I thought, that's what this is meant for, right? So I'm going to try that. And I think the two of them is just slightly, yep, it's slightly thicker than the magnetic platform. Then my cutting plate, paper, die upside down, and this back and forth 4 times, and it came out beautifully. And then all I did was use the brush, which Stampin' Up has. I don't have theirs, but a brush and a sheet, and Stampin' Up sells those too, along with 2 heads for the Take Your Pick tool that do the same thing. Rub it and they pop out beautifully. So that is my tip. Don't use your magnetic plate. Use the standard platform with the thin die adapter, or you may want to wait and see what machine Stampin' Up comes out with next. Because you know we're going to have new die cutting machines soon after the new catalog takes effect. Now these 3 pieces, they worked fine with just the magnetic platform and the cutting plates, but I did need that thin die adapter to do the Many Medallions. So yeah, but we're going to use this. I'm not going to waste it. We're going to use the edges, or at least one of them. So let me put this away. I hope that's helpful to anyone. And if you have any trouble, oh, and another thing you can do is you can run it through with wax paper, and then your paper, and I do see I had it off the die thing a little bit here, so I might have to put a bling there or something. And when you run the ribbon through, be really careful you don't yank it too hard or you'll tear your paper, so you don't want to do that, right? Don't want to tear your paper, but I just think that's gorgeous. Very simple card, and inside so far all I have is a white piece of Whisper White, which I could put one of these beautiful stickers on, which is what I was originally thinking of doing, like tucking in some of these, but they're stickers, you know, and I just didn't want to do it. So anyway, that's the card. So now we've done this, and let's just cut. I'm not going to waste this, so let's see, how am I going to do this? These fit on sideways like that, so I could do that and then put a label here, or I could do one across the middle. I think I like the side one better, so I think I'm going to cut it just on the other side of this. I may change my mind, so give me that latitude. Because, you know, I'm a woman, I change my mind, right? That's not probably a good thing to say. But happy Mother's Day if you're in the States and celebrating Mother's Day. I had a surprise visit. My daughter and my 2 grandgirls drove over with their masks on to come see, well, they probably put them on as they were getting out of the car. So I got to see my grandgirls. I couldn't hug them or anything, but we got to blow kisses and walk around my yard a little bit and see the bird feeder and fill the bird bath. So I think I'm kind of gonna like that. Now let me go get a piece of the new paper, the beautiful new paper called Magenta Madness. We don't have a whole lot of that, so we'll see. I don't know if it'll look good with it, but I'll bring a piece of Melon Mambo too, just in case. Because you can get Melon Mambo now, if I can find mine. Sorry, I'm not prepared. Here it is, Melon Mambo. Alright, this is the Magenta Madness. Looks pretty good to me. This is the Melon Mambo, which I already have a card front cut for. I think we'll just use that actually. Although that's getting low too. I don't know. Let's use the new one. Why not? Why not? But I had to use Melon Mambo ink. So I'm kind of liking that. And then I still have, you know, another piece here or another piece here. So we're going to leave that like that for now, and I'll have to figure out a label. Let me cut my card base. Sorry guys, I'm not that prepared. We'll just do a regular A2. So I'm going to cut it at 5.5. Beautiful color, and then I'll score it at 4.25. Should have moved my card out of the way that's under there. So I really don't want to go through too many of the new cards with you right now, but I mean the new items, I want to save them for when they're available to you. Now this piece I cut the full size of the card front. This one I cut down just a little bit. I cut it to the 5.25 by 4, and I think we'll do something like that. I actually think I would like this better in pink, but maybe we'll just put a pink bow on once we get our sentiment on. And this is the Magenta Madness, right? So we could cut a circle out with this or something. I'm not thinking I'm liking that. Those are the Memories and More cards. But we do have stickers. One says beautiful, one says lovely, one says wishes in that color. Not really feeling those either. So let me bring the Many Mates and see what we have. Okay guys, let me pick that and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I picked out the thanks from the Many Mates to use. And I decided I'm going to stamp it in Mango Melody, which is the other color in here, right? But I die cut with the Stitch Nested Label dies, a Magenta Madness to go with the background, and then we'll stamp on, oops, I don't know why I'm holding that, on Whisper White, and then we'll die cut out the sentiment and see how that looks. And then I guess just a bow or something. So let me move out of the Magenta Madness. So playing around, but I wanted to give you those tips, like I said, so that you can, I'm going to come down a little bit because I want to die cut it. And I'll clean that later because my chamois is actually dry. I let it dry out and I shouldn't have done that. So let me turn around and die cut this and I'll be right back. I'm so excited to, there's going to be some excitement with the new machines, plural, I think, one in particular. Okay, I'm kind of liking that, and then, oops, except it's crooked. There we go, over a little bit. So we'll glue that down, maybe pop it up, and let's see if we like this. Maybe just a bow. We could put a bow, move that up a little bit, and just have a bow underneath. This is the new Magenta Madness ribbon, which is available June 3rd. And like I said, I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of videos with new products that aren't available yet, because I want people to be able to still get their last chance products, like the pigment sprinkles. But I want to show you another option if you don't want pigment sprinkles. I kind of like that. We'll leave this like this and put a bow down here. So let me cut that off. Pretty simple card. Yeah, pretty simple card, but effective and beautiful nonetheless. So this will be the in color, just says in color ribbon 2020 to 2022 in Magenta Madness. These were the Stitch Nested Label dies that are, excuse me, that are available now. And let's assemble this and then we'll be done. So I'm going to hope that my glue holds. I was letting this dry. I'm not real happy with that splotch there, so I think I'm going to turn it this way and cover that splotch up a little bit. And let me move this out of the way. Now I'm using contraband glue, and yes, my glue came in, but my Tombow, and actually a small order I had placed at the end of last month's host code came in, which had 4 more bottles of glue. So I am set on Tombow now, but I needed something fine, and I could have used Tombow, the fine tip glue, excuse me, by Stampin' Up, but it doesn't seem to like me very much. Now that would be a good thing to use if you wanted something shiny. Someone had asked me, and I didn't see the comment, I don't think, when we were doing my live unboxing, about the elements in the, what was it, one of the new suites, the wooden elements, and they said, how would you make it shiny? 2 things you could use right now, I think still available, is the crystal, shimmery crystal effects. That would make it shiny if you put them on top. They wanted to make it gold, and I said use like a Sharpie marker, but then you could put that on, or you could even just put fine tip glue on and let it dry, and that will make it shiny as well. And another option is just Wink of Stella, but that won't give you the raised glossy shiny. So it depends on what you're looking for. So, and then I do like to use wet glue on these thicker papers, and this is a little damp yet, so I definitely want to make sure it's going to be secure and hold. Isn't that just pretty, pretty, pretty? So lots of possibilities with those medallions. And like I said, if you use your fine detailed thin plate, whatever it's called, that will help those pop right out. So, and I actually had asked in our team group page up above me if anybody had any difficulty. I don't think anybody had received it and had a chance to play with it yet, so I need to post in there that I figured it out. Okay, let me find a new sheet of dimensionals. Here we go, because mine is done. I use quite a few dimensionals. I do. So it turns out to be a beautiful day here. My son and I had just taken a walk, and we actually went off our street, across the street to, there's a university which is pretty much shut down right now, except for maintenance and security and stuff. Anyway, we went and walked over there just a little bit, and then twice up and down our street. We're going to put this up a little bit. I want to make sure I get it on straight. I think that's pretty straight. You could use Melon Mambo until the ink comes in too, if you're a demonstrator. Keep that in mind. And let me just cut this a little shorter over here and at an angle. This is really soft ribbon. I love it. It's beautiful. And I'm just going to put a bow right there, and we'll call this card done. I won't bore you with doing the inside. I need a glue dot. That's what I'm grappling for. And we'll just put that on there like that. Oops, maybe. Nope, doesn't want to come on. There we go. And I'm going to put it down just below there. And then I don't think I have any Mango Melody gems, so we'll use the new in color enamel dots like I did on the other card, only we'll use the Magenta Madness. I need to get some things out of the way. Okay. And now you could put the bow also up in the corner. Alright, other end of. That's not happening. You could, let's put it over here. But I think I will just put one of these up here. In fact, you could put some all the way down, but I'm not going to because I don't want to use them up that fast. And we'll put one here. And there we have it. So that is old meets new. We have Magenta Madness. I'll figure something out for the inside too. Magenta Madness paper, Mango Melody ink, Magenta Madness gems, the Many Mates sentiment, and the Many Medallions dies. The Many Mates and Many Medallions are a bundle in the new catalog effective June 3rd. On the first card, I did use a label out of the Memories and More card pack in the Flowers for Every Season, which is effective June 3rd. But you can use any label. Let me put my glue away. And of course we use Pigment sprinkles and Sparkle Glimmer paper. Let me bring that out. I don't remember if I showed that to you. You get, I don't know if I have, yeah, here. Here we go. You get, it's called Sparkle Glimmer paper. It's number 146957. You get 2 sheets, 12 by 12. I had actually a while ago bought an extra pack, and I didn't know it was going to be discontinued, and I'm down to my last big sheet. But keep that in mind. You can use them with your pigment sprinkles and just make a beautiful, simple card. Okay? And you can use your Many Medallions with your pigment sprinkles too, on the back, I mean. I have not tried cutting them, the medallions, out of Sparkle Glimmer paper. I think it might be tough because it's a thicker paper, but it might work. I'm not sure. And like I said, the ones, if you have any that didn't quite cut right, don't throw them away. Use the edges, or even you can just cut individual squares, or whatever these would be, shaped like little flowers almost, tiles. And you could put them on a card. That would be pretty too. So I hope you enjoyed that. Just a quick video. New meets old, or old meets new. Pigment sprinkles, Sparkle Glimmer paper, and the Many Mates bundle which comes with beautiful sentiments, all kind of sentiments inside and outside, as well as the beautiful medallions and the tips I gave you on how to get this to work really well. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.